Hi guys, how are you doing? So this is going to be a really fun video because I'm doing Drugstore on one half of my face and then Highend on the other half, and I've tried to pick out as many dupes in my collection as possible, but I mean, I have a really big makeup collection, but I don't have like everything out there, so there's a few things that might not be perfectly duped, but I did try. So I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm using, or I'm going to tell you what I'm using, but I'm not going to tell you which side it's on. So it's basically going to be a secret until the very end, and then you guys can comment down below which side you thought was which and if you were right or wrong. And then for products like, say, concealer, if I'm applying this, I'll just wait until afterwards when I have it on, because you can obviously see me applying the concealer. So I'm just gonna cut out anything that would give it away and just make this as fun as possible. I don't have like a Drugstore versus Highend mascara dupe or anything like that. I'm just using one mascara, but everything else I have like as close to dupes as I can possibly find. So we're gonna start off with primer. So on one side I'm going to use the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer, and on the other side I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Original Face Primer. Just gotta tickle my throat. So I feel like both primers are really smoothing and they feel pretty much the same on the face. So next for foundation, I'm going to be using two different ones which I hope look the same color and stuff like that. And I'm going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect in 00 Light Natural and the Marc Jacobs Remarcable Full Coverage Foundation Concentrate in 12 Ivory. These are both a little too dark on me, so please don't kill me. They're going to be dark when I apply them. And I'm just going to blend them down my neck and make them match as much as possible. I feel like they both have a yellow tone. I feel like they both have similar finishes on the face from the different times that I've worn them. The Marc Jacobs might feel a little bit lighter on the face, but I'm hoping that they'll appear the same. So let us try. So like I said, I know that they're both gonna be too dark, so I normally mix foundation whitener, but I don't have like a Drugstore and Highend dupe. And I'm using the L'Oreal sponge for both sides. Okay, so here are the two foundations. Can you tell which is which? $10 versus $55. Okay, so next was concealer, and this is a struggle. I kind of don't even want to use two different ones just because I know that you'll be able to tell the difference, because I feel like Drugstore concealers in general are just like darker than high-end concealers, so this might give me away. I think I'm going to blend it in before I show it to you guys just to make it as hard as possible, just because I know the colors are going to be a little bit off. But on one side I'm going to use the NARS concealer in Chantilly, and on the other side I'm going to use the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in Ivory. I would rather compare this to the Urban Decay one, but I'm almost out of product. Oh my goodness, there's barely anything left. Okay, so here's what the concealer looks like all blended out, and I also use them on my eyes as an eye primer since I don't have any eye primers from the drugstore. So there's the concealers. Okay, so next I'm going to set underneath my eyes, and these are like a really good dupe for each other. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and this is the e.l.f. Undereye. This is the e.l.f. Undereye Brightening Powder, or Undereye Setting Powder, so I'm going to use both of these. I'm also going to set my eyelid. Okay, so there are the two powders. Okay, so next, since I'm not using any like cream products, I'm going to go ahead and set my entire face, and I'm going to use these two powders. So this is the NARS Translucent Chrystalis Light Reflecting Setting Powder in the loose form. They also have this in like a compact, And then this is the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. Again, I feel like these are good dupes for each other. Like some of these I haven't tried in comparison before, but some of them I have. I'm also going to take a sponge and kind of pack these underneath the eyes just a little bit. Like nothing too extreme, but basically I'm going to do my eyes next, and I just want to make sure that if there is any fallout, that I can wipe it away. Okay, so here are the two powders. Obviously not wiped away right now, but still. Before I start doing my eyes, I want to do my eyebrows really quickly, and I have two eyebrow pomades, and these colors are spot on. This is the MAC Brow whatever in Redhead, Fluidline Brow Gel Cream in Redhead, and this is the MAC, wait no, this is the wrong one. One second. This is the Colourpop in Arched Auburn. Ow. Colourpop has one called Redhead also, which is the one I accidentally picked up, but that one's a little too dark. So this is the one that's spot on. Okay, so there are the two brow pomades, and I in general don't really wear this color anymore. I mean, it matches my hair, but it's just so warm. My favorite brow whatever ever is the Tattoo Brow from Kat Von D in Blonde. I like this because it's warm, but it's not like bam warmth. But I mean, these are really close dupes for each other. So there they are. Can you guess which one is which? Okay, you guys, so now for eyes, I really hope you die over this like dupe. It's not a perfect dupe, but it's pretty crazy. And I was going through my entire palette collection last night, and I was thinking like everyone and their mother who does this video does a naked 3 dupe. I don't want to do a naked 3 dupe, so I was going through every single palette, like what can I find? And I came across the fact that these two palettes are so similar. There's one shade that's missing and one that's a little bit off. Okay, so if you missed out on the Amrezy palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm so glad I got this. It's not the most expensive drugstore or, I mean, high-end palette ever, because it was only $29, but now if you try to get it on eBay, it could be like probably like $300 or something like that. But here are the shades inside of this palette, and they're all like warm, beautiful shades. So the one that I don't have in my dupe is the purple one, and then the pinky shade right here is a little bit more golden. But you guys, I feel like I'm gonna hopefully get a really similar look out of this, because I was swatching them and these palettes have such similar shades. So this is the Morphe Kathleenlights collab. I'm so sorry I'm flipping you off right now. So as you guys can see, you've got the warm tones, you've got like the reddy burgundy, the black. If you mix the two greens in the Kathleenlights palette, it's identical to the Amrezy green, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Okay, so starting off on the drugstore side, I'm going to use this shade from the Kathleenlights palette to set my entire lid, and from the Amrezy palette, I'm going to use this shade. I am going to wipe my brush off in between like palettes, that way like I don't mix up the colors, but I'm not too worried because it's not that serious, it's just makeup. So now for the drugstore side, I'm going to go into this warm brown shade right here. In the high-end palette, I'm going to go into the shade Caramel right here. Okay, so now for the high-end side, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Morocco. And then the drugstore shade, I'm going to go in with this warm brown right here. I'm just going to go in with my fluffy blending brush and blend out both sides. Now to deepen everything up just a little bit more, I'm going to go in with this shade from the Morphe palette, and then this deep plum shade right here. And then again, just blending with my fluffy brush. Okay, so for my lid shade, I'm going to go in with Topaz from this palette. From this palette, I'm going to go ahead and use this shade. And then one last time, blend in with my fluffy brush. So I'm going to go ahead and use the black shade from both palettes as eyeliner. Okay, so last but not least, I'm just going to highlight really quickly. And in the Morphe palette, I'm going to use this beautiful shade right there. And in this palette, I'm going to use the shade Legend. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush one more time. I just always have to blend out underneath my highlight or it drives me crazy. So now we're gonna wipe away that powder and hope that it goes away and that this like black fallout right here does not stick around. Oh yeah, goodbye. Okay, you guys, so here they are. I'm feeling like they look pretty dang similar. I'm so excited about this dupe. So excited. If you don't have the Amrezy palette, this Morphe x Kathleenlights palette was limited edition too. I don't know if it's still available, but if you got it, I told you guys to get this. I told you it was amazing. Okay, so now for my waterline, I have to do this off camera, but on one side I'm going to use the NARS Via Venito eyeliner, and on the other side I'm going to use the Colourpop Swerve eyeliner. So here are the two eyeliners. I just popped them into my waterline. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Pure Fully Charged mascara and just do my lashes. I'm gonna start off with bronzer, and on the drugstore side, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And on the high-end side, I'm going to use the NARS Laguna Bronzer. So they might not look that close in the pan, but I find that whenever I swatch them, they look similar, so I'm excited to see how they look on the face. So here are the two bronzers. Can you tell which one costs a shit ton more? Okay, so another dupe that I love that I have is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit versus the Paris Hilton Contour Kit. These are like almost the exact same thing. So here's my Anastasia one, and the Paris Hilton one is only $6 if you find it at like Ross or TJ Maxx. I have a full video on it. I can link down below. So here are what they look like against each other. Super similar. So I'm going to use, if you look at it this way, the bottom middle shade on both palettes and contour. And now I'm going to take the banana shade in both palettes and just slightly brighten underneath my eyes. So there are the contour palettes. Okay, so now for blush. I'm really hoping that these come off as a dupe. I tried to swatch and find the closest thing I could to this because this is the most expensive blush I own. It was sent to me through Influencer, and this is the Marc Jacobs blush in Kink and Kisses. So here's what this blush looks like. And then the dupe that I found for it is the Milani blush in Tea Rose. So obviously they don't look the same in the pan because there's like 2 different shades in the Marc Jacobs, but I feel like they're gonna look similar, so. They do look very close to each other. Okay, so next is highlighter, and I have the hardest time finding highlighters that match each other, just because I feel like every highlighter has like subtle undertones and this and that and the texture, and I just like want my highlighter dupes to be on point. So I do already have a video on these two, so I'm sorry for reusing this dupe, but this is Becca Champagne Pop and this is Ofra You Do You, and I find these to be incredibly similar. So here are the highlighters. Have you guys guessed yet? Do you know? Okay, you guys, so last but not least, I have lipstick. I would do lip liner, but I literally don't own a single high-end liner. Lip liner is like the hardest thing for me to buy, so that just isn't happening. But on the high-end side, I have MAC Velvet Teddy, which just looks like this. And then on the drugstore side, I have Milani Matte Naked, which looks like this. So obviously have to apply these off camera. Okay, so I felt like the Milani side was a little bit too light. So I did go ahead and mix in Only You from Colourpop to make it a little darker, a little closer. I thought that these were exact dupes. Like, I feel like I worn them in the past, but I think it's just because I worn them under the same lip liner that they appeared to be the exact same, but they're not. But they are really close. Okay, so here are the lips. Okay, so my camera stopped recording, but I went ahead and used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus spray on one side of my face and the Scandinavia makeup finishing spray on the other side. So this is the final item for the 2 sides of my face. Okay, you guys, so for the grand finale, I'm such a loser, but okay, so drum roll please. I wish I had a fancy editing system so I could just throw that in there. This side of my face is Drugstore, woo, and this side of my face is Highend. So give you guys a really good look. So honestly, you guys, I would not be afraid to leave the house like this. I feel like no one, literally no one would be able to tell the difference between the 2 sides of my face as long as I changed my lips. And I don't think anyone would be able to tell that one side is astronomically pricier than the other side. So I am amazed by this. I feel like everything looks so good. I feel like I have paid too much for some of my makeup. So like I said, I would leave the house like this. Except like I said in the beginning, these foundations are too dark. You guys can see my chest area that if you're a fair like me and you watch my channel for foundation recommendations and stuff like this, I would not get these foundations unless you have a white mixing medium, because as you can see, they are too dark. But overall, I'm extremely happy, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to comment down below which side you thought was which, and if you were right or wrong. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.